Today I'm answering the question, what do I eat in a day? I actually got this asked a lot prior to my pregnancy even, but now that I've had Kira, she's 5 weeks now, I've been asked a lot what I eat now that I'm breastfeeding. So before I show you what I ate on this particular day, which is pretty much what I eat on most days, I do want to say this. If you ever want to have a good reality check, film what you eat in a day. On top of that, I will say too, when I was filming this, I was much more conscious of how much food I was putting in my mouth and how often, because every time I did, I knew I had to film it for you. Secondly, I just want to tell you I do not calorie count. I've never calorie counted. It's just not something that I'm into doing. Not to say that I've never watched what I eat. I just prefer not to have to write it all down and do the calorie thing. I'm just much more aware of eating whole food, putting good food in my body, portion control, and just making sure I eat enough carbs, proteins, fats, etc. So the first thing I do when I get up in the morning, and actually the last thing I do before I go to bed, is to drink a little bottle of water. I love these little 8-ounce ones that I keep by my bed. You can reuse them too, which is nice. And they're so easy to down quickly, so I do that the first thing when I get up in the morning, so that the first thing I put in my body in the morning is not caffeine, but rather some nice room temperature water. I find that that goes down the easiest. My favorite water to drink is hint water. It has just a hint of flavor, and I love taking it everywhere I go. And I even take it to the gym with me now that I've been approved to work out again. Woohoo! So these days I'm up pretty early in the morning, not necessarily always because of Kira, but often because of my 3-year-old Liam as well. And so I find that I'm hungry right when I get up, again, probably because of the breastfeeding. So I'm often eating breakfast before my kids these days. But I've found my mason jars to be really helpful with this. I have a whole video about mason jars if you want to check it out, and I think I actually have this recipe in there. But it's essentially muesli with Greek yogurt and blueberries and just a tiny bit of apple juice to sweeten it up. And if it's not this mason jar recipe, then it's often Greek yogurt with granola, or I often do scrambled eggs as well, either in a burrito or plain. And you can also check out my video on great healthy breakfast ideas. So my guilty pleasure that I have more often than not is a blended chai, which is essentially just almond milk and chai. I have my favorite Cafe Zella, that I often get it from, and I have them go light on the chai. A, I don't like it really sweet, and B, it's obviously a little bit better for you with a little less chai. It pretty much ends up being my treat for the day, but they do know me well over there. Sometimes I can just drive up and they bring it out to me. I always bring a snack on the go. On this particular day, I did choose a little healthier. Again, it was probably the pressure of videoing it, but I brought carrots with me. Sometimes we bring apples, pretzels, almonds. So breastfeeding, I am hungry more often than not, so if I don't have those healthy snacks with me, then I'm just setting myself up for bad news. For lunch on this particular day, I did have some chicken vegetable soup. It's a recipe that a friend of mine had made for me pre-Kira, and I had frozen it in my freezer, which was so nice to be able to have to pull out. As you can imagine, I was hungry pretty soon after, and I did have these baked grilled cheesy puffs, which are basically like pirate's booty, and of course some more water. I do like sparkling water just as much as I like regular water, if not more. That's actually what's in here right now. And by the way, the reason I drink it out of here is I just find that I drink water so much quicker and it goes down so much easier when I have a straw. And as for dinner, I'm not gonna even lie, there is a lot of takeout going on around here. As a new mom of 3, I am still trying to find my groove, and sometimes we just have to go the takeout route. So on this particular day, we had Mendocino Farms, which is an amazing, healthy, fast food-ish cafe around here. It's actually a chain, so I don't know, it might be by you too. But I had their Chinese chicken salad, which obviously had my veggies in it and the chicken, and then some crispy wontons, and it also came with a tortilla. So I did have plenty of carbs in there as well. And then before I went to bed, and this probably happens almost every night, and then also if I end up waking up in the middle of the night and I'm hungry, I have these amazing fiber bars that were created by my friend Kara Gambrell, who's a chef, and her and I actually shared this recipe on my channel here, so you can check that out as well if you'd like. So they have dates in them, almonds, and oats. All of those are supposedly supposed to help with milk production, so that's good. They're fiber filled, so they just keep you really regular. I ate them all through my pregnancy too, and I didn't have any problems. So check out that recipe. I think you'll really love it. And if you don't like peanut butter, which is in them in the recipe that we shared with you, you can also do them with sunflower butter or almond butter too. So I hope that helps. My biggest recommendation as always is to just drink a ton of water. But if you have any questions or comments, leave them in the section below and I will get back to you. Subscribe to my channel if you don't already, and I will see you next time.